And the sky really has not gotten dark, and according to Sky Tools, what does it say? When is it going to be dark here? It says complete darkness from 9 o'clock until 2:22. 9 o'clock. That's 45 minutes from now. It's complete darkness. So, it's going to be a while. Yes, Bernie, there's only one. It comes in different sizes, 1 1/4 inch or 2 inch. I have both, and I've used both. I'm using the 2 inch version right now. Let me see what I can look for now while we're waiting for it to get a little darker. Plus we have mosquitoes tonight. I would say for that price, it's probably the 1 1/4.
Telescopes moving to target.
Going to something else.
Telescope slew complete.
Let me unstop. Let's stop the stacking. Yeah, ask them what size it is. Stop the live stack. And then let's go for default on the histogram. Now let me go to longer exposure. This is M35. Maybe I can try a little bit longer. I don't know if I can go to a minute yet, but 750. Let me try 1 second. Okay, it's 1,000 milliseconds. M35. Okay. So where's my histogram? Let me raise that a little. I'm going to do an average stack now. Let's see what happens. See how well it cleans up. But yeah, this is M35. I don't think I've looked at that this year. I don't know what to look for tonight. I've been up since early this morning. I went to an all-day engineering conference. I'm exhausted, but it was clear. Does anybody have anything in the western side of the meridian that they'd like me to try to find right now while it's getting dark? because I'm almost due west right now. I'm at azimuth 275. I retired from the job I had for 41 years, but I'm still maintaining my engineering license. Because being out of school since 72, there's no way I could pass the professional engineering exam right now if I wanted to. So who knows what the future is going to bring, and it's easier to maintain it than it is to lose it and try to get it back. I don't know how much longer I'll keep doing this, but I mean, today I had 8 PDHs, professional development hours, and it was a quiet, relaxed day, lots of food, entertainment. It was a good day. See, dumbbell's too low. It's only 7 degrees up. That's my 326. That would be. No. It's still pretty blue in that direction. 7 degrees is too low. Not going to do it. Okay. 52, that's too low, too low, too low. M38. I don't know if I've looked at the clusters in Orion this year.
Telescope slew into target.
So I'm going to M38.
Telescope slew complete.
Stop the stack. Start the stack. Erase the name. And a new name. M38. Okay. This is what, 1 second. Jeff, what is IC405? Is it a galaxy cluster? What? Nebula. Oh, is it like Flaming Star or one of those? That'll be interesting. I just went to a 3-second exposure. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see Flaming Star. Flaming Star. That's right, Flaming Star is right by. Wait, where did it go? That's the one problem I have with SkyTools. It shows the name of an object in a big blocks, but then it doesn't point to it. Oh, it's IC4. Where did it go? IC405. Flaming Star Nebula. Oh, I see it. Okay. That's a good target. I don't know what I'll see tonight, but we can give it a shot. Let's see. I'm on M30. 8 right now.
Telescope synced.
Let me go to the flaming star.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
I don't think 3 seconds is going to cut it. But there's definitely nebulosity there. So, okay, let's go to trigger mode. Start looping at 5 and see what happens. And let me change the name. Okay. There's definitely something there. But right now I think I'm fighting the blue sky over there. Yeah, I'm using the f6.3 Celestron focal reducer. I still don't have the proper adapter between the focal reducer and the 2-inch draw tube on the scope. I have a machined aluminum barrel that I spray painted black, but it's not, it doesn't have a lot of baffling to cut out some of the stray light. Let me move that bright star a little bit closer towards the center. So let me see if I can move that bright star straight up. So let me stop, loop it 1 second, and see if I can move it straight up. Okay, let's see. I'm going to leave it right about there for now. Let's see what happens. And then go to about, stop. Let me loop at 8 seconds and see what happens. Let me get rid of, bump the histogram. Oh, it's too much. Wait for the sky to get darker. Well, I'll do some alignment, but it's not going to be totally dark for another half an hour. It says it at the top. This is the DS10cTEC. So where is my gamma? Gamma's about 1 point. That's about where I normally use it, 1.3 to 1.4. Okay. Right there, Bernie. And in the Night Skies Network broadcast window, it should say at the very top, Waning Moon 2, DS10cTEC, VRC-10 at f5, and Orion Skyglow imaging filter. But yeah, the name of the camera is there. Okay. Well, this is 8 seconds. I think it's a little bit too red. Yeah. There's a bright part of the nebula going right through here. Where is the blue? There's a blue part also. Yeah, tell me about it, Bernie. Okay. I'm going to move it back down again. I'm going to stop the stacking. I'm going to stop the looping. I'm going to go back down to 1 second. I'm going to try to put that nebula back towards the center. Okay. So back. And we go stop. Loop. I've moved it up to 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now let me I'm going to lower the red. And now let me start stacking again. Yeah, there's something there. Let's see, what's the altitude? Altitude's 33 degrees. And it's a little bit north of due west. It is a it's too blue. Too blue. Okay. I don't know. They didn't have any first round picks. I don't know. I think today they had a pick, but I don't know what, if anything, whoever Peyton picked. Yeah, they had given up all of their first round draft choices for, I guess, in prior drafts or during the last season. Well, there's something showing up at the Flaming Star now. Yeah, when it gets darker, of course, then it's going to get lower. So there's trade-offs. Hey, Dewey. Anna letting you roll your scope across that new tile floor? Yeah, but if she looks at Facebook, she'll see what you did. Let me see if I can tweak a little bit longer exposure. Let me see. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go to 15 seconds and see what happens. That's what I did when I tried out the Minix box on mine when I changed the encoders to the 10,000 step encoders. I played with it in a house. The only thing I haven't done yet is the auto cal on the new encoders. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Right now I'm at 15 seconds with the gain at 40. And let me put the name up for those. I see, was it 405? I think it was. Okay. Yeah, Rock was saying the mosquitoes were really bad at his observatory last night. I offered to bring him some more of that 96% or 99% DEET, and he says he still has some from the last trip I made up there. Yeah, that not bad at all. Dude, we're just getting started. I called the window contractor. He's supposed to call me Monday or Tuesday about the date to install the 11 windows and 3 doors. That ought to be fun. Yeah, like I said, according to Sky Tools, complete darkness is from 2100 hours to 222 in the morning. So that's still 42 minutes away for the end of twilight. Let me pull up the information, see where is it. Come on, Sky Tools. There's the information. IC 405, magnitude 10, but it's spread out over 34 minutes by 24 minutes, so it's a little bit over a half a degree by 3/8 of a degree. So it's a large target. trying to remember, Dewey, if I got it working with Sky Safari. I got it working through Sky Tools with the ASCOM driver through the Minix box. Um, don't think I tried running a USB cable to the Sky-Fi unit. According to astrometry.net, the diagonal field of view from here to here, I think they said it was 0.84 degrees. Which is not bad for a 10-inch. It's not Hyperstar or Racer, but it's still a fairly nice field of view. So let me see. I'm going to stop it, go to 20, and start the loop again. So I've gone to 20 seconds. You're starting to get a lot of structure in the dark nebula below. You're starting to see this dark nebula in here. Jeff, where do you want the black point? Oh God, it sounds like they're spraying for mosquitoes. Raise it some more, the black. $130 to $255. And now I'm going to 150. See what it does. I wonder if I should lower. Maybe I'll lower the red about -10. Increase the blue to about -45. So slightly higher blue, slightly lower red. And I'm still averaging in. And right now it is 30 degrees and 35 minutes up. And right now I have the sharpness set to 0. Maybe I'll try raising the sharpness a little bit. I go to about 50 on the sharpness. Evening, Michael. I could raise the gamma, which would push it to the left a little bit. Of course, I have the gamma right now at 1.35. Let me go to 1.4. That should shift it slightly. And now in that, starting to see a little bit of the bluish around that bright star and the dark nebula right above the bright star. I think I have the black level there to all the way down. I'm at 0. I usually run it at 0. Sure, what the heck. See, the nebula at the bottom is bluish. There's a blue part and a reddish part. Actually, it moved the histogram to the right, it looked like. Yeah, it looked like it moved a little bit to the right. Let me move it back. Let me move it back to the, I'm back to 0 on black level. What it did, it compressed the red, it compressed the whole histogram to the right. And I just changed the exposure to 25. I just went with a slightly longer exposure. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the blue, there's a reflection nebula, I think, at the bottom right corner. You can see the blue. Yeah, I like the combination of this arc. Combined with this bluish dark nebula here. It's starting to brighten up a little bit as the exposures get long. If you looked at the histogram, the red has almost disappeared to the right. It's all green and blue now. The only reason I still have red is that I have an average of a live stack of how many? 60? A rolling average, whatever. Gee, leaving already, Dewey? Glad you could stop by. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what else is up. Right now, this is now below 30 degrees. 29 degrees, 19 minutes. Any other suggestions? Let's see if we can get this. This will be a tough one.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Going for the Cone Nebula. Boy, that's kind of bright. Let's see. Let me shorten the exposure. Stop. Let me start with about 15. See what 15 does and go with a white balance. $10.65.44. Okay. Cone's right in the center, going pointing straight up. So let's see if I can go with a longer exposure now. Stop. 20 loop. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let me, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to 25 seconds. Loop. Let's see what 25 does. Yes. Okay, so let me now push the black to 150 and start the loop. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I was talking to Rock about that today. I'm planning on getting like a sheet of some plywood with a couple of Losmandy dovetails on it so that I could mount a 16 in the dovetails, clamp it down so I could ride in the back of the truck and not move. Okay. Boy. Maybe I'll turn the sharpness off. Go down to 0 with the sharpness for now. Oh yeah. I haven't applied a dark yet. Okay, let's see. Let me find from my list of antique darks. Oh, about a 15 seconds gain 80. I'm gonna gain 40. Gain 40. I don't have any. I'm gonna apply an old dark that's really not correct, but let's see what happens. Yeah. I have room, Jeff. I just got to get a longer parallel dovetail. Um, boy, that I definitely have some. The focal, not the focal reducer, but the filter's in the wrong spot. It's definitely too close to the focal reducer lens. Yes, they would. I ordered an adapter from Scope Stuff that was supposed to show up today that would allow me to screw into the female threads of the focal reducer with a 2-inch barrel adapter to slide into the focuser, and I could screw the filter onto the end of it. So it would be filter, gap, focal reducer, and then camera. Right now I got the filter wedged between the focal reducer and the camera, and it's real close to the focal reducer lens. One of these days I'm going to have to learn how to take flats. Jeff, I've been down that road too many times where I've thought I had measured properly only to find out that it wasn't quite right. Oh, this is not the flaming star. Oops, off. Okay. I definitely have to start learning how to do that, Jeff. What was it other nebula you had talked about? No, I have not. Let me look up. Here in the driveway, 443. IC 443. Where is that located? Search. IC 443. More object information. Diffuse nebula, supernova, remnant. Let me look at the interactive atlas. Oh, jellyfish. Why did you say jellyfish? A nebula by any other name.
Telescopes looming to target.
I've just moved over to the jellyfish.
Telescope slew complete.
Let me see where the dome is relative to it. Yeah, it's still there. Okay. Well, the jellyfish is there. Or at least the top of the jellyfish. Wow, now I'm going to move this. There's a star there, and I want to move it up to the corner. So let me see. Stop. See if I can move that. I think I'm moving it in the right direction. I'm going to leave it right there. And go back to the stop, and let me go back to 25 seconds and see what happens. See if I moved it too far or moved it just right. Too far. Okay. So let me mark. I want to move that a little bit closer to the center. Okay. Stop. Hey, David. Okay, so now let me move it back. Well, I think one more move like that should work. Okay. Stop and go back to the 25. Oop, back to 25. Okay. Okay, 20 seconds. Wow. Definitely got a lower I mean, raise to black. And where's the white balance? Oh, I'm getting some, nope. How low is this? It's 35 degrees up. Man. Sheesh. I gotta do something about that spurious glow. Well, how did it get green? The main issue I've had with their pressure tuners has been with the blue filter that's built into the B3400. Faye is sending me a replacement again. It's like the fourth one, and they replace them for free, but it's just a, I don't know why they constantly get cruddy. The last one, every time I use the scope and put it away for the day, I take the blocking filter out and put it in a climate controlled closet, but it still seems to act up. I thought it was the humidity in the air that was causing the problems, but being in the closet, that should not be an issue. It's not hard to change, but you shouldn't have to go through that routine. I don't know why it is. It'll be nice when I get the right adapter and I can put this filter in the right location. I would take the filter out to see if it's the cause of the problem, but having those pneumatic pressure tuners, the electric units, are nice for me because I can tune everything sitting down in front of the monitors. I have really messed up shoulders, so trying to sit there or stand there and tweak the pressure tuners while I'm looking in the eyepiece or while I'm looking at the screen is not easy. That's a good question, Jeff. I was hoping to get the Solar Fest at the Daystar factory back in September, but that's when I had that seizure and we couldn't make the trip. A lot of people swear by the Daystar filters that mount in the eyepiece end and are temperature controlled to tweak. I know a few people that have used those and they're very discreet. Well, it's not a quark. This is like, these are the real expensive units, like 0.4 angstrom bandpass. Daystar's been making those filters forever, and they work exceptionally well. This would be so nice if I didn't have that annoying glow in the center. And there's tons of detail in the jellyfish. I mean, they're pretty expensive. But you could use a regular refractor with them and just add that on the back end. I know somebody that built like an 8-inch solar scope using one of their filters, and Randy gets some excellent results with it. There was another gentleman at Chiefland that had a solar spectrum, I think it was, and he had it on a Takahashi, 6-inch Takahashi, and his views were incredible. If you see inside, do you see the diffraction spikes around the center? There's a spike there, a spike there, a spike there. And then you have the round central obstruction glow right here. That's what I think I used, David. I had the quark prominence version and the quark calcium K, I think it was. I sold both of them to Jim Thompson. Something's not right. What happens if I shorten the exposure on this? Stop. I was using a quark on a 102 f6.95, and you can use the UVIR filter on the diagonal to block out the heat from getting to the quark. Yeah, I see the spiders. That's what's. There's some internal reflections going on. Let me stop the stack and let me start it over again and see what's going on. Yeah, the top of the jellyfish is nice, just that annoying glow. I think that has a lot to do with the where I have the filter placed in the optical train. I'm going to go back to stacking again. Let's see what happens. So now I'm at a 20-second exposure. And I'm at fairly low gain. I'm at gain 40. So even with the shorter exposure, you can still see. I wonder if I move the jellyfish to the center, would that help with this glow? Let me see if I can put that star closer to the center of the field of view. Let's see. Let me stop. Loop. And let me go straight east. Am I still stacking? I guess I am. Yep, how about unstacking? And let me go back to defaults. Okay. Get that star close to the center. Go up a little. Turn it off. Okay, now let's see what happens. Stop. $25. Loop. Okay. Yeah, the only thing, let me try. The solar scope is about 6 inches longer than the Ritchie Creation, and it's white, and the light may be bouncing off of it. Let me retract the dew shield and see if the light is actually bouncing off of the dew shield. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I just retracted the dew shield on the solar scope. Okay, so now let me raise the black to about 150 and start the looping. Let's see what happens. It also looks like because of the brightness of the monitors is catching the top inside lip of the tube, and that could be causing some of the issue. Let me see. Well, it's see. I still got the. Who knows? And where's the color balance? I'm thinking I may have to fabricate one. One monitor I can. One monitor is just a Vizio TV. How do you pop up the menu? Last, mute, input, info. Okay. Menu, picture setting. Brightness, let's come down. Down, down, down. Brightness. Okay. I give up. Okay. Yeah, that would be interesting to see if I could put some sort of some shield on the monitors, like a dew shield on the 10-inch rich accretion to baffle the light. Or I could aim a little bit further to the north and see if the light does not go into it. I mean, you have to look for a target that's further to the north to see if that is the issue, because going to the north, the light wouldn't be getting into it from the monitors. Let me see, what's in the north? I want to go to in the northwest. Where is Bode's galaxy? That'll be an interesting target. Let's see, because that'll get me totally away from the monitors. Okay, turn it off. Slew to ensign.
Telescope slew into target. Telescope slew complete.
Yeah, I definitely have to do something about blocking that light from these monitors. These things are, yeah. I think that's part of the problem, guys and gals. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens with that. Oh, that blows out the core. Okay. What's my exposure time? Oh, 25 seconds. I have some sheet reflectics I could use to make some too. Yeah, just block the monitor, and another thing I could do is I could kind of build a black cloth drape that hangs down this corner, and I can just put my head behind it, and that will hold the light into the monitors. I think that's gonna, oh. Do I have any thumbtacks here? That's going to be interesting. God, I wish I had some thumbtacks here. That would make it easier. I could tack this black cloth up and see what it does. Temporarily. I'm going to try my Mickey Mouse solution. Let's see. I have some black Gorilla Tape. And I have a black cloth I use when I cover my head when I look through my solar scope. I have to take a picture of this, because this is definitely improvisation. I have two of these black shrouds my wife had made. I could put my head under when I'm using eyepieces in my solar scope. Okay, let's see what happens, folks. Okay. Well, I definitely made it darker in here. Let me get my head behind the shroud now. Yeah, I think that did help a lot. Let me lower the black. Let me see what happens when I lower the white to 200. I'm going to do another white balance. Now I don't have all of this reflective light bouncing off of the inside of the black dome. This is going to be a, hey honey, can you build me one of these? I have to take a picture of this tomorrow. Now, we bought a big roll of blackout cloth for the windows in the travel trailer so that we could block out the windows for the winter star party last February of 2018. And she has a whole big wide roll of it left over. So I'm going to have her cut me a big piece so I can just put it behind my head and maybe rig some PVC pipe to hold it up so I can walk behind it. But it's making a big difference in the way this looks. So this is what, 25 seconds. That's looking pretty good. The detail near the core is looking pretty good. Yes, it is, Dewey. Yeah, Dewey, I had a conversation with Faye at lunch. She said she'd be getting with you and me relative to your scope, probably when it's closer for shipment. Camera assisted observing. I like that term. I coined that a while back. Let me see if I can pop up the exposure a little bit longer. Let me stop it. I'm going to go to 30 seconds. Now that I got the stray light. And I'm like an hour and 15 minutes into this recording right now. I'm going to have to go to M51 with the views I'm getting right now. But look at the clumps right down the center, those clumps in that outer arm. What happens if I mess with the color balance and increase the blue slightly? Let's see, where's the stack right now? It says I'm at input 18, output 17. It's 30 seconds. I didn't stop and restart the stack, so I have some of the 20-second and 25-second and now 30-second exposures all averaged in. And I guess I could raise the black maybe to 65 or 70 and see what it does. Okay, I'm at 70 now with the black. Yes, it will. I might have to go make me another cup of coffee. Jeff, I got that aluminum tape and applied it to 4 of the Wi-Fi antenna amplifiers, and I'll be sending a pair to Rock early next week, along with one of those the first 2H7 DOB adapter you made, so he can try it out in his scope. He's got a 12-inch f4 Newtonian, I think, set up on one of his rigs that he's going to try it out in. I never, all of the years of using this observatory, I never thought of putting a shroud to block the light from bouncing off of the dome. It's like one of those duh moments. Dewey, Jeff's printing out 4 of them for me right now. No, he's talking about the DOB adapter that you made, Jeff. Matt tested the one that I had, and he liked it. He sent it back to me. I'm gonna send it to Rock so Rock can play with it. Let me see what other. What else do we have over here that I could look at before I do a meridian flip to get to the Whirlpool? Because the Whirlpool is going to be. Where's the Whirlpool? Yeah, the Whirlpool is going to be a total meridian flip. Okay. Oh, what the heck. Let me stop the stack and do a meridian flip.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Okay. Wait till the next one shows up because that's the light reflecting off the inside of the dome as the dome rotated. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, let's see. I wanna. That's right there, and let me move it to the center. So let me stop. Go to about loop, default. So I want to go up. There to there. Okay, so let me go up. Okay, and then let me go to the left a little. See if I can put the core right to the center. Oh, meridian flip, east-west flip. Okay, that looks good to me. Okay, then go back to stop. '25 loop. White balance, white balance. Okay, let's see what happens. 15 seconds to go. Number 1. Line frames. About 50 and 200. Okay, let's see what happens. second one hasn't added to the stack yet. There's 2 in the stack. Let's see. What is that? Okay, so that's 2. Oh, dock. Okay, where is my sharpness? Let me push sharpness up to maybe 50. Okay. Let me raise the black a tad more, maybe to 55. Okay. Okay, so I have how many in the stack now? Okay. Some nice detail showing up in there. Yeah, you see in the companion galaxies now there's this, where's the little dot? A small dot. Yeah, one right there, and then a little edge on is right down here. Dewey, can you imagine what it'll look like with a 16-inch? You cost me big time this week. We went to the jeweler's to pick up my wife's wedding band and all. The little parrot had managed to pull one of the baguette diamonds out of the guard, so she was getting it fixed. And while she was in there, she was looking at some other jewelry, and I just happened to mention a new telescope. Well, she got her new telescope in jewelry form. He's working on placing an order. I would get with him and confirm with him. He knows I'm definitely going to get one. I'll never forget, I was at a star party in central Mississippi once, and I was talking about the wife and different stuff, and he was talking about his new telescope, and he pointed to the travel trailer. He says, yeah, that's my new telescope over there. He had to get his wife a travel trailer because he had bought himself a new telescope. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna tweak the sharpness up a little higher. Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. The detail in the spiral arms. Hi, Jim. Yeah, there's trade-offs in life. Thanks, Jim. I, as the evening progressed, I determined where I was getting some issues, and it's the big, bright 34-inch Dell monitor and the 24-inch Vizio TV were somehow getting glare into the rich accretion and causing all kinds of weird effects. So I ended up putting a big black cloth and blocking the monitors from the observatory, and it made a big difference in the contrast in the views as seen on the screen. Yeah, Dewey, hey, can't take it with you. But yeah, that's a lot of. This is at 150. Let me go to 125%. 125. Enter. 125. Yeah, not bad at all. That's true, Jeff. Dewey, you're going to be dashing back home right after the Grand Canyon, I assume, huh? We're trying to plan a route, a more northerly route up the Yellowstone, Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore, and then head over towards Rocks from there. We haven't figured out where we're going to cross into Canada yet. Maybe at Windsor. Oh, there's an experiment. Let me stop this. That was 25 seconds. Let me go to 30. Just continue to loop and just keep adding them to the stack and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I knew that histogram was going to shift to the right because of the longer exposure. So let me go to 70 now on the black. And a little edge on Galaxy at the bottom is starting to pop out a little bit better now. Yeah, the one right here. Yeah, we figure we'll be away from home for about 2 months. Let me see what's the magnitude of those galaxies. Yeah, the one on the left. Wait. Yeah, this little galaxy here, that's the one at 17.4. For some reason, Sky Tools does not show this galaxy when it's a little edge on. It shows up in the DSS image, but there's no indication on it. Let me see, the chart's going down to magnitude. Yeah, I'm down to magnitude 20 and it still doesn't show. For some reason, it did not get picked up. That's crazy. That is really nice. Who is it that did the World 101 the other night? Let me see how high 101 is. 101 it's 51 degrees up. And an azimuth 39. I'm going to go to 101 now. So let me stop the stacking. Go to M101.
Telescope slew into target.
Okay, let's see.
Telescope slew complete.
There's only one problem. Now that I've gotten the monitor shaded, I can't see the scope in the shutter. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, wait till the next. I have to move it up. Okay. So the center's there, and I got to move it to the middle. Okay, so let me see. I got to stop the exposure. Two, loop. Let's see what the core, and then let me go to default on the histogram. Okay, so I want to move up. I think I got the core pretty close to the center. Okay. Okay, let me go back and stop and go to 30. Oop. Okay. Let's see where the first one shows up. I think I have the core right in the center. I'll know shortly. There it is. Okay. So now let me bring the black point over to about 75, lower the white to about 200, and start the stacking. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. We got one in the stack. Oh, there's two. There they are. Okay. There's two. Okay, so now let me. I should have done a white balance. It's too blue. Did a white balance. Let's see what happens. Okay. You can even see the faint extensions of the arms. Like this arm comes down and even goes all the way over to here. I can't wait to get that adapter so I can put the filter in the right location. Jim, right now I have the filter on the nose piece, that the T-mounted 2-inch adapter, so it ends up putting the filter real close to the camera side of the focal reducer lens. I have an adapter coming where I could put the filter first, and then the focal reducer, and then the camera. Is that the best orientation? Filter, focal reducer, camera, or is there a preferred orientation? I'm thinking I'm getting some internal reflections between the focal reducer and the filter. Okay, I'll just have to experiment. I would think if the light would enter through the filter and then go to the focal reducer, there'd be less chance of a reflection than if it went through the focal reducer then to the filter. Okay. I'm going to try to increase the exposure time with this object. I'm at 30 seconds. I'm going to go to 35 and see what happens. I didn't think I was be able to stay up tonight since I got up so early. I go to that engineering conference, but when you get clear weather, it's hard to pass up. Okay, so I went a little bit longer with the exposure. Now I'm going to have to raise the black point on the histogram to about 90. Okay. I wonder if increasing the sharpness will help any. Go to about 150 and see what it does. Yes. experiment and take notes. That's the key thing, is writing down and making sure you can duplicate. I used to carry a little portable pocket recorder, and I'd try to audibilize stuff as I was observing so that I could play it back. I've kind of gotten away from that. There's a lot of detail in the core. Maybe pushing the black point up too much, but yeah, Jimmy, they are really starting to pop out. This is another arm that's almost like M51. It comes out like this way, and then it almost turns at a right angle, well, at a sharp angle over here. Interesting. It's not bad at all. Thought you were talking temperature, and if that was the case, it never was going to occur. That or a 20-inch scope, and that's not going to occur either. 16, that might be it. And like Dewey, I got to drag my 17.5 out here and put it on the slab and play with it. Wow. It was 80 degrees today here, 80 plus Fahrenheit, I think. What's our current temp? What does the Weather Channel say? Okay. It says it's 61 right now. It was 80. It was 82 today. It's supposed to get down to 53 or 51 tonight. It's gravity at work. Now, what caused the distortion? You know, why did it bend? I mean, it's a similar effect in M51, but that's due to the interaction of the parallel galaxy with the main galaxy. We got out 2 inches of rain yesterday. Rain, and then the yard was a swamp. I'm surprised it was clear today. They had to delay the start of Jazz Fest yesterday. They had to delay the start of the Zurich Golf Classic yesterday. And then today, within 24 hours, total change. I am well pleased with this. Any other suggestions for right now before I 106, 106, relatively close. Yes, it's 27 degrees up. It's not as high, but it's relatively close. So let me stop the stack and let me. Good night, Jeff. Sorry to get a run. Hopefully nothing urgent. Slew to and center.
Telescope slewing to target. Telescope slew complete.
Almost straight up. Okay. Okay. That should do it. Okay. And wait till the next one. Okay. Halfway till the next exposure. The look right now is the inside of the dome. Okay. 35. Boy, let me see if I can move this up to the center. Let's see. Poof. That's right there, and I want to move that to the center. So let me stop. Loop. Let me go to the default on the histogram. That to there. So I'll move that star to about here. Okay, let's see. Up. Okay, now stop. Loop. And let me do a white balance. White balance. Close that. And let's see what happens. Okay. M106 coming up. That'll be neat. Okay. 7 seconds. Okay. Now let's raise the black. Maybe 80. Lower the white about 200. And stack. Okay. Might be too long of an exposure. It's going to wash out the core. See, what is that neighbor galaxy? Let's see. Yeah, the one at the bottom is NGC 4248 at magnitude 13.2. It's the one to the right of the end of the galaxy. Okay. And those other two galaxies in the corner, okay. And there's two other galaxies at the very right edge. NGC, what is that one? 4232 at the top, and the bottom was NGC 4231. I'm gonna lower the exposure. It's a little bit overexposed, I think. Stop. Let me go down to 30. Loop. I think this is going to be the last object for the night. And then I'm going to close it up and go get some sleep. See how, yeah, I knew the histogram was going to shift to the left. Let me lower the black to about 60, yeah, okay. Okay, see what that does. Amazing is the outer extended nebulosity around M106. You're welcome, Dewey. Yeah, you can see the faint, I mean, way out here you're seeing glow from the galaxy. It's much larger than the core. And folks, I am also going to be pulling the plug. I got up very early this morning and drove about 65 miles each way to this conference I had to go to. So I'm going to pull the plug. I'll be uploading a video from tonight's broadcast to YouTube later, and I'll be posting a link on the site. But thank you all for stopping by, and have a good evening. Good night for now.